Good morning, class 11. Today we will be discussing a beautiful poem that is the Laburnum Top, written by Ted Hughes. Talking about Edward James Ted Hughes, he was a modern English poet, and critic ranked him as one of the best poets of his period. And among the important poets of latter half of the 20th century, Ted Hughes' special contribution of English poetry lies in the creation of poetic world with a central interest in wild animals and birds. Okay, so here in this poem, the poet is talking about a repaying relationship between a laburnum tree and a goldfinch bird. Laburnum tree, as you know, it is written here, a short tree with hanging branches, yellow flower, and poisonous seeds. Yellow colored flower. And goldfinch, a small singing bird with yellow feathers on its wings. A small singing bird. So here in this poem you can find the poem starts with a description of the laburnum tree whose top was still and silent, and its leaves had turned yellow and seeds had fallen down. And it was the daytime in the month of September when the tree was standing still, and it seems like it was dead. And the lifeless tree becomes alive by the arrival of the goldfinch bird, and she came to feed her younger ones who are on the thickness of the branch, and the tree is her shelter, the tree is her house. And she arrives at the end of the branch with the creeping sound. Creeping sound means the one kind of sound, and the bird singing, birds crying. And she further moves to the other side of the branch with a rapid and precautionary movement like a lizard. As soon as she arrives, her younger ones start creeping like a machine and vibrating and flapping their wings. And the death-like tree becomes alive, and it trembles and shakes. And after feeding them, she flies to the other side of the branch, and her dark colored face with the yellow body was barely visible as the vanished behind the yellow leaves. And she flew away in the sky, leaving the tree death-like again. Okay, so this is a poem. So today I will explain the poem line by line. Please, let's start. The laburnum top the first three lines. The laburnum top is silent, quite still, in the afternoon yellow September sunlight. A few leaves yielding, and all its seeds fallen. So as you know, laburnum is one kind of a kind of tree with yellow flowers and poisonous seeds. So here the poet says that he saw a laburnum tree whose leaves were yellow. Okay, and the tree's top is still and silent in the daytime of the September month. That means it's autumn season, and all the seeds of the tree had fallen. And the poet has used the word yellow for leaves and sunlight, and here yellow symbolizes silence, death, right? And he describes the whole scene of the tree with this color. Now in the next stanza, in the next part, that is from till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end, then slick as a lizard, and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness, and a machine starts up, of chittering and tremor of wings and trilling. The whole tree trembles and thrills. Twitching means jerking, right? One moment, slow movement. Startlement twitching means jerking. Startlement. Startlement means, you know, showing sudden shock. Startlement. Suddenly shocked. Okay. So here in this part, in these lines, we found that a goldfinch birds, a goldfinch bird comes to end the death-like scene of the tree, and it makes a sudden chirp sound, you know, and the bird, while being rapid, alert, and precocious like a lizard, and sits on the branches of the tree, and as she moved towards the thickness of the branch, her young ones started chirping and doing vibration with wings, because at that moment of the bird, her young ones and the tree starts to shake and thrill, because her mother, the birds, the small ones mother is returning back to the home. That's why her younger ones, they started shaking, right? So now the poet has given the opposite scenarios of the tree. That first the tree was being dead and still. Now he is giving the tree the life and shelter to the bird and her young ones, right? And it is the engine of a family. She stokes it full, then flirts out to the branch end, showing her bared face identity mask. So now the laburnum tree and the goldfinch bird is the engine of her family. She provides food to her young ones and moves to the other branch end, and her dark colored striped face is visible as her body is yellow colored and hides behind the yellow leaves of the tree. Then with the very delicate whistle, chirrup whispering, she launches away towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to empty. So after reaching the end of the branch, the bird makes a sweet chirruping sound just like whispering, and he flies away towards the infinite sky, and it again makes the laburnum tree silent, right? And it seems like the tree become dead once again, right? So here the literary devices, like you can find a simile, like in this line, sleek as lizard. Here sleek as lizard. So here is a comparison between two things using like or as, sleek as a lizard. So it's an example of simile. We can found alliteration like in the second line, September sunlight. So this S sound, repetition of a consonant sound at the beginning of two or more consecutive words. So September sunlight, S, and sunlight S. So it's an example of alliteration. Then you can find we can find so these are the literary devices that is used in the poem. So So I am. So the poem is all about a Lebanon tree and a goldfinch bird, and the poem starts with a description of the Laburnum tree whose top was silent and its leaves had turned yellow and seeds had fallen down, and it was the daytime in the month of September when the tree was standing still, and death, it's a death like situation. Then in this next part, the lifeless tree becomes alive by the arrival of the goldfinch bird, and she came to feed her younger ones who are on the thickness of her branch, and the tree is her shelter. And she, as soon as she arrives at the end of the branch with the chirruping sound, she further moves to the other side of the branch with the rapid and precautionary movement like a lizard. And as soon as she arrives, her younger ones starts chirruping, chirping like a machine and vibrating and flapping their wings because they are very happy. And the death-like tree becomes alive and it starts trembling and shaking. Right. In the next part, in the last part, we will see. We found that after feeding them, she flies to the other side of the branch, and her dark-colored face with the yellow body was barely visible as she vanished behind the yellow leaves, and she flew away in the sky, and by leaving the tree death-like again. Okay. So please read the poem. This is the poem all about, and in the PDF I have given the explanation. Please go through it. Thank you.